Good morning. What it do, what it be, what it is, what you see. It's your boy, your host with the most. Fuck the rest. We the best. It's Noah J people, and we motherfucking live. And to my damn, I'm not really good with directions, but this is my right. This is y'all's left. My boy, known him for many years. We used to kick each other's asses just for fun. We paid $80 a month to do it.
And we enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the very few people, and I'm not afraid to say because nobody's gonna try me in this day and age to actually knock me out. But in my defense, it was a two versus one match. It was.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
All right, let me tell you though, thank you because you got me out of intensives that night. And
You
I'm
good.
very thankful for that.
You good.
My boy, Carlos Hidalgo, people. Carlos, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Man,
Yep. It's all good. It's all good.
just that for you. Nah, but man, my boy Carlos, we did Taekwondo for a while. You're a second or third
I'm
degree?
a third degree black belt.
I was
Yeah.
about to say I missed your third degree test, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to come up just to fight you, just make you work for your third degree, man.
It's all good,
I
man.
felt so bad, but nah, third degree black belt, American Taekwondo, a very
Mhm.
extraordinary fighter. How many championships have you won?
Three.
Three
Three state
consecutive,
champions. Yep.
three
Consecutive. Yeah.
consecutive state championships. That means he was better than everybody in his division. So if you're watching this and you were in his division, sorry. Better luck next year, maybe.
I appreciate it.
But nah, my boy Carlos, he kind of shifted from the Taekwondo scene, decided to branch off into the music scene. Very talented with the guitar, as you can see. That was all original by him, played by him. I don't know if the drum. Did you play the drums too?
Yeah, you got it. All of
Oh,
it.
you
All of
played
it.
all of it?
Yep, from scratch, dude. Wrote it all, played it all. You got it.
Damn, I gotta learn how to play an instrument. Shit.
You good.
Nah, but man, what made you want to even like begin music? Like, what's that? Hey, I'm tired of whooping people's asses.
If I'm being honest with you, it was Michael Jackson dying. Like,
Michael Jackson?
yeah, when Michael Jackson died in 2009, I wasn't really into music, and then when he passed away, I bought the Essential Michael Jackson, and just from listening to that, I was like, I need to play an instrument. So I joined the school band, and I started playing trumpet, and then from there, I picked up a guitar
You
that
make
my
so many
uncle.
jokes off that.
Yeah. I picked up a guitar my uncle gave me when I was one, and I
Mhm.
just started doing some little stuff here and there, and then I put down the trumpet, went guitar full time, started singing, and the rest is history, man.
Man, so when you first got into the music, because now I'm starting to get my feet wet in some music, but
Yeah.
when you first got into music, was it more of a challenge than what you were expecting it to be, or what what was your mindset getting into it?
My mindset was I want to be different, and I my dream was always like I want to be a rock star, and the more realistic I got about it, the more fun it became for me because it was my thing,
Yeah.
so that's what you know it's my thing and I own it, and I listen to like a lot of what's today's hits, and I try to steer my music towards what's going on so that way I can get listeners and whatnot.
And so, what do you think inspires your lyrics? Because I've listened to your songs, and you don't speak from the mind, or you don't speak from like things you've heard. You speak from what matters. You speak from the heart. What inspired you to even do that? Like, because I know most people they'll rap or sing or make country music to whatever people are doing nowadays, but that's not you.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. I try and tell stories. I get a lot of inspiration from the Eagles, and they're great storytellers. And that's basically what I do is I kind of put my stories out there and see who can really connect with it and relate to it. So
So Michael Jackson was your inspiration, but who would you say uh in your heart pushed you to be, great? Cuz like I know I'm of course like MJ, shout out to MJ.
oh yeah.
Ooh, man.
Hmm.
But and he never did anything like R. Kelly. I want to state that right now. Don't you ever slander MJ's name. Don't you do it. You're gonna have to deal with me, and I'll get the black belt. I don't care. Uh, but who inspired you to say, "Hey, I'm gonna be great no matter what I do"?
Um, Honestly, I think a lot of that came from the way I was raised, if not myself. You know, uh, I parents they've really helped me through everything that I do. Just by sort of plant the seeds for everything I do, and from there I turn it into me.
And
You know,
technically, we fertilize the seeds.
yeah, 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 for real.
That's how we started.
Yeah, yeah. And
Biology.
and so with my music, I just really decided to own it, and just that's why I got out of band, and that's why I do basically everything with my music myself. And so I just decided to own it, and that's what I'm doing now. I work through my music at my own pace, and I was lucky enough to be able to release an album, and with another one coming soon. So
So, people, if you ain't got it yet, hold on. Let me shut this off right quick. Because my boy done blessed me with the game. Personal autographed Hidalgo album. If you ain't got it, it's on his YouTube. That link is in the bio. I'm gonna have his other YouTube link in the bio. Go listen to the album. It's great talk, people. I've listened to it a few times, and honestly, I love the stories in it myself. But what? Oh, man.
yeah, the album's available everywhere. On iTunes, Spotify. You can stream it anywhere. So it's really easy to listen to. That's what I really went for, is so that way I can reach as many people as possible.
And that's one of the things I was thinking about when I got into music. I said I don't want to just be on SoundCloud because everybody has their music platform preference. So
Yeah.
how important would you say it is to branch it out just as much as possible for those up and comers in music that want to be heard, that want to be as heard as possible by everyone?
Yeah, yeah. I would say just make your music available to everyone. With some of the stuff that I was doing with CD Baby and things like that, they were able to distribute my music anywhere I wanted, for a one flat fee. And so that's what I was able to do. So now they basically take care of all that for me. Whenever the revenue comes in, it goes straight to
So
me.
are your albums, like your hard copies, available in stores at places?
It's not available in stores, but you can actually go on to cdbaby.com and look up my album Hidalgo, and you can actually buy a hard copy for I believe the price is around $7.99 for a hard copy. So,
That's actually not bad.
yeah.
Because most people will charge an uproar. I know Target. Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never seen a CD lower than 9.99.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And that, I wanted to make it available to everyone. And so that's just the hard copy price. But of course, if you have a subscription to YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify, you can listen to it, with your subscription. So.
So you figured you figured all this out. Of course, with slight help here and there, but mainly on the independent venture.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, this whole project was just an independent venture. It just worked from the ground up. So
And I know a lot of people nowadays, especially because in the rap culture, rap's booming right now.
yeah,
Just
for sure.
has so many things going on in it, and
Yeah.
we'll get into that in a second. But
Hmm.
a lot of people are so quick, to sign to a label or have somebody do all the work for them. Hell, I don't know if you've heard of him, Blueface, the
Yeah.
new rapper from the West Coast, Blueface.
Yeah.
He was on a Breakfast Club interview the other day, and he was talking to them, and he was like, "Oh, I signed with I want to say he signed with Young Money West or something like
Yeah.
that." And they were asked him, "Did you look over your paperwork? What was it looking like?" He was like, I mean, I just, I'm with them now, and it is what it be, you know." I was, and
Mhm.
honestly, my opinion, looking on that, and nothing against Blueface, because
Yeah.
I don't know the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't think it's smart to sign a contract and not know what you're signing for.
Oh yeah, for sure. You could be signing your soul away.
Dude, and it's really like that in the
Yep.
music industry or any industry nowadays.
Yeah.
Like
Dog eat dog, man.
when you sign something, it's it's the basic or what's the word I'm looking for? The present. It's the current form of slavery. Like you,
Yeah,
once as soon as you sign something and you don't read what it's about,
yeah, you're
that,
bound to it.
that
Hmm.
motherfucker owns you.
Yeah,
They own your ass. And if you don't come through or you don't pay the piper, they gonna collect their money. They
yeah.
might not do it Suge Knight style,
Oh,
but they definitely gonna come collect their money.
yeah, for sure.
My man, I wanna talk about a few things that been going on.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about this, and I don't know how to say last name. I greatly apologize. Uh, Jesse Smell it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard what happened to him. Yeah, yeah.
And for
Yep.
those who don't know, he a young black man, young brother of ours, was attacked. I want to say it was in Chicago. Was attacked in Chicago for racial and homophobic reasons, and he was brutally just beat down, hospitalized even. Um, Man, it's 2019, man.
Yeah,
Like I would have thought everything would have been accepted by now. Like you got so many different things. You got gays, you got lesbians, you got transsexuals, you got people of all different races. Hell, you got people who are mixed with all different
yeah,
races.
yeah,
How you doing? Um, so just to see that alone, it hurts,
yeah,
especially being a young black male who's experienced racial violence
yeah,
because of who you are. Like I don't know if you've ever experienced that for being Latino,
yeah.
but man, what you think about that, man? Like what could you say to the world or to even Jesse? Like
Yeah,
I don't even, that's just
yeah. I can, it it makes us question, to what extent our tolerance as a society is, because we want to be tolerant to all people as long as we're not hurting each other. We always want to build each other up and not knock anybody down. And so whenever atrocious things like this happen, uh we really start to question where our society's going, and where people's opinions are. And we always hear that this is an isolated incident, and that it was just these bad apples, but sometimes these bad apples grow from uh systemic problems. So it we really have to be aware of what's really going on, and why this is happening.
and I know it's very important, like all the time, how you're raised and how you're brought up. But at the same time, especially in this day and age, because I personally know your parents very well.
Yeah.
You know my
Hmm.
parents very well,
Hmm.
and I can say for sure, from your raising, I've seen that you have branched off, to your own person
Hmm.
with the foundations of what they built upon. And
Hmm.
same with me, because
Yeah.
I am nothing like my mother and I'm nothing like my father, but I'm a
Yeah.
very strong combination of both.
Yeah.
Uh, but Trump had something to say about it, and we all know how I feel about Trump. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this orange motherfucker speak.
That I can tell you is horrible. I've seen it last night. I think that's horrible. It doesn't get worse, as far as I'm concerned. As far as the people are concerned, many of those people wanted me to say that, but I didn't want to do it because people were getting hurt. People, what I think is the worst sin of all is the fact that we're allowing people to come into this country and sell drugs and human traffic and do all of these horrible things. That if we had the simplicity of a well-constructed, beautiful barrier or wall, people.
Let me tell you something. Now, I'm gonna ask you your opinion,
Okay.
but just for the Noah J. Way record, Donnie, Donnie, shut the fuck up about this goddamn wall, man. Please, dude. This attack had nothing to do with a goddamn wall. wasn't no wall gonna stop this. This motherfucker was in Chicago. That is smack dab the center of the US of A, dude. Who the hell you gonna stop with a wall along the border? This motherfucker didn't get sniped from El Paso. You dummy. What the hell's wrong with you? Speak on something like fuck the wall for a second, dude. Some serious shit happened. And you can't even take your eye off the wall for a second, dude. Really? You that close-minded? I just want to say the
Yeah.
fact. I wasn't old enough to vote, but if I was, definitely would have voted for your punk ass. So sorry. So sorry. But look, you just heard it yourself, man. What's your opinion on his response to that? And what's your opinion on this wall he's just so pushing for?
Well, based on the entirety of that response, he was obviously deflecting, uh, and honestly, I don't think you can really blame him for that type of answer, because when you hear about like who are his voters, it's that sometimes, why is it that sometimes the racists seem to align with him, and so he doesn't want to alienate them, because then he loses voters, and you
Do
know
you think do you think his persona is just based on, like, do you think he's really like this, or do you think he did this just to get into office?
I think when you look at just like his past and whatnot, I don't think it's a persona, dude.
You think that's Donnie?
I think that's Donnie, and I think there's something wrong with him.
Man,
He's at least a narcissist.
has to be.
At the very least, to his core, a narcissist.
He's the president, and I've described him multiple times. He's the present version of Hitler. We just live in a country where we're founded on the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, and the I forget what it's called, but the three, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have that solidified within our government system is a beautiful thing, because I'm pretty sure it stopped him from doing many things. But now
Oh.
they're trying to take away some of our constitutional rights. They're fighting against the Second Amendment. I don't know if you are, but I'm a huge supporter of the Second Amendment. Being
Yeah.
a Texan, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but I'm a huge part of the Second Amendment, because I don't give a damn what you're wearing. I don't give a damn if you're wearing smocks. I don't give a damn if you're wearing blue jeans and a white tee. I don't give a damn if you're wearing a do rag and some Timberlands, a fucking black suit, fucking white shirt, black tie with black shades with an earpiece. I don't give a damn if you have a United States seal. If you come into my home that I paid for, my territory that I paid for, something that I worked my ass off for, with hostile intentions for no reason, you're gonna get a hostile response. And hell, honestly, you're talking to two black belts right now. We don't even need the guns, to be honest with you. We don't. We'll fuck around, do 5 flips, but knock you out before you blink twice. I don't know if I anymore, but I can damn sure try.
Yeah.
But are you a supporter of the Second Amendment?
yeah. I mean, I think that it takes on new perspective in the modern world, because the way the sort of
Guns are getting interesting.
yeah, exactly. The framework that it had was, protection against a tyrannical government. And, yeah, back then they didn't have really machine guns, and now, guns do a lot more damage. And, there's already a lot of like common sense, gun control, and people are calling for more. And I think perhaps rightfully so, given the reaction to like shootings that happen,
Now, I do believe, and I've said this multiple times, I do believe should be a solid system of gun control. I do believe there should be a solid system of border control or border security.
Mhm.
I don't think a wall is the way to go about it.
Nah, it's a waste of money.
It really is. You know how many people cross the border, and they don't even talk about this. You know how many people cross the border from America to Canada?
How many?
Too many. They put up Mexico numbers.
Yeah.
And that's honestly because of the same reason Mexico does it. Because America's gone to shit and we want to go to a better place. And I don't even like Canada.
too cold.
It's, dude, I'm
Especially
texting.
being a
It's,
Texan, you know.
dude, too damn cold. It's too damn cold here right now. They, I can see a Canadian walking out here playing beach volleyball in some booty shorts and a tank top.
Yeah.
And this is summer weather to them.
Yeah, pretty
They ain't never seen the ground. They forgot what the ground looks like up there. But what do you? And I've said it, but I think a revolution or another civil war is going to take place in the near future. I don't know how long, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, but I do think another internal national war is going to break out.
hmm
What where do you think America's going right now, man?
I think right now, and really all around the world, you see this sort of isolationist thing with countries. Countries not wanting to work together, and that's really what Trump is doing. He wants jobs to come back to America, and we're going to close off our borders, and we're just going to keep things in America, and that's really not the right way to go about it, because the direction the world is going is everyone working together. And then when Trump comes around and he starts saying, well, we're going to start doing things our own way, all of the other countries and their leaders look at us like, "Wait, what are y'all doing?"
We're a joke.
Yeah. I mean,
The
literally,
rest of the countries joke about us.
I mean, I don't know if Trump getting laughed at the UN because he was like,
Yes.
my administration has done more than any other administration in the history of the US, and everyone laughed at him.
Your administration has pissed off more people than any other administration in the U.S. history.
Probably. I mean,
Like,
that's
you're
debatable,
not-
but yeah.
you're not. Let me tell you, Donnie, you will go down in history, but not for the reason you think you will. And another thing, no, I sent you. I always send a topic list to my guests before they even come on, so we know what we're talking about before we even come on. But one thing that wasn't on topic list that I just skimmed over last night. I know you're a sports fan.
Yes.
Who you going for in the Super Bowl? Let me ask you that real quick. And this might define our friendship.
Really? Okay. Who am I rooting for, or who do I think will win? Because
Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for the Rams. I'm rooting for the Rams in this Super Bowl just because I think they're the underdog, and and since I don't really have any connections to either team, I think I gotta go for the underdog in this situation. Even though I do think that Brady is probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, if
You
not
ever
the
said that in
greatest.
my household ever again. Fuck Brady, bro. I'm so sick of him, dude. I'm so sick of him. First, it's getting motherfucking crazy to be on the IG. It was literally about Tom Brady to the goddamn Super Bowl. This man has seen more Super Bowls than I've seen people. And I've seen a lot of people.
Yeah.
Believe me, I went to school, public school. But the topic I wanted to bring up actually,
Okay.
because by the way, go Rams. The topic I wanted to bring up actually, and it's not only just in the NFL. It's in the NBA, and I'm not quite sure about other sports, but I'm pretty sure it leaks over into there too. These ref calls, man, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody knows, guilty as charged. I'm not a Saints fan. I don't like the Saints. I will never like the Saints ever. Fuck the Saints. But the Saints got cheated.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to say it. Saints got cheated. Now, I'll also be the first to say, kind of reminds me, doesn't remind you about like 2 years ago when somebody we knew caught
He
the
caught
pass
Des
and,
caught it. Des caught it.
and it got called back.
Yep. Yeah. I remember as if it were yesterday, dude.
Karma's a bitch. Just make sure she's beautiful. Just make sure she's beautiful. But well, man, and I know I saw an article. It said the refs in that game had California ties.
Yeah.
But first off, I think it's a big deal that does need to be addressed, but it's not going to change at the moment. Y'all need to chill out on it because it's not going to change the fact who's going to the Super Bowl. It's not going to change the fact who advances in the NBA playoffs. It's not going to change the win-loss ratio.
Yeah, correct.
what do you think we should do about these refs doing this? Because this isn't a first occurring thing. Like I said, the
Yeah.
Dez thing was 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's been going on.
Yeah, the people are still talking about it,
And so,
and I think that this call that happened in the NFC Championship was, even worse than that. It was blatant, and like you said, yeah, the Saints did get cheated because if he had caught that ball, they would have had a first down.
and
With like,
honestly, in my opinion, I know
Yeah.
you watched the play.
Yeah.
I know you watched it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
If old boy would have just literally stayed on him, he was close enough where he could have honestly, with solid defense, deflected the pass
Yeah,
easily.
but he didn't play the ball; he played the player, and you can't do that. He blatantly pushed him, and not only that, but it
The
was
receiver wasn't even turned around to catch it yet.
Yeah, and he hit him with the helmet, and the NFL. I mean, first of all, they fined the guy 50,
That's
like
a
10.
$15,000 fine, right?
Yeah,
there
for hitting with
immediately.
the helmet. So first of all, that shouldn't have been a flag, and then second, there was an obvious pass interference, and the NFL even said like, "Hey, they missed it. They missed the call," and I heard that they were talking about like instilling a rule where you can challenge whether there was a flag on the play or not.
I thought a challenge could already do that shit. I would have been throwing challenges left and
Yeah,
right.
that's the thing. And, right now in the NFL, you can't challenge a flag. Flags either are or aren't,
Ain't that about
and
a bitch?
yeah. And they're thinking of changing that, but I think they need to go through some stipulations before they do that.
Absolutely. But man, and I know there's a lot of controversy on it. And you know what? It's not just because I hate Brady, because I really do hate Brady. But it's also because, I mean, it's wow. Thank you, Gmail. Appreciate you. Um, it's also because, so far it's reigned true. Um, there have been many times where refs will be in the huddle with the team, and that shows bias right there, just alone.
Yeah.
I don't think refs should be allowed in the huddle with the team because I think what the Patriots play. They played
They played the
Atlanta
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Right before that game, there was a post
Yeah, I heard about that.
where a ref was in the huddle
With
with
the-
Brady and was like, I got your back, Brady. I got your back. Fuck you mean you got his back? Bitch, have the game's back.
Yeah, right.
Have the fundamentals back.
Yeah.
Don't have a quarterback's back. He's named the quarterback because he has his back.
Yeah.
Hell, he has a whole tight end to have his back.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him. He's good.
Yeah.
He has an old line to defend him. He's straight. But
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like when it comes to these games, the refs aren't there to be people. They're not players. They're just there to
They're
call the game.
officials.
They're there to call the game as it is, and they are to have no bias.
of the game.
Exactly, and they should be nothing but that. When they're in that uniform in the game, they should be nothing but that.
Sure, you can be fans off the field. That's perfectly fine. If you're on the field, nah, fam. You better call the game straight down the motherfucking middle.
And some people would say that even off the field, they shouldn't be fans of anybody because that just shows their unintentional bias.
I don't think refs because it's really hard to determine who's a fan of what
Yeah.
and who's not. But I don't think refs should be able to ref for their team
Oh, for sure.
at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't think
Common sense. Yeah.
the refs from LA should have been able to ref that game. I don't think refs from New Orleans should be able to ref a New Orleans game.
Correct.
And because I can't stop you from being a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, be a sports fan. I don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
But it's just really hard to tell. But I don't know how many restrictions it's gonna take because I know within the past 2 years alone, and I'm not even just going back to the Dez catch. Within the past 2 years, the rules and restrictions and guidelines have changed just so many times.
Yeah.
Like it takes the fun as a fan from watching the game.
Oh yeah. Every time that, it's rough. Because they want
Honestly, I don't even want to watch the Super Bowl. I'm going to.
Yeah.
But that cheat. I mean, I
Yeah. It kind of makes you lose faith in the league.
like is it really honest competition anymore?
Yeah. people were suing the New Orleans Saints I'm sorry, they were suing the league saying like it was like the season ticket holders. They were suing the league saying that we paid all this money for honest competition and you
I
guys
sue the
didn't.
league too.
Yeah. And unfortunately, fans don't have legal standing, but they were sending a point, that like, the league wasn't doing its job by facilitating honest competition.
Now, honestly, and one of these things that people can do, but I know will never happen, to protest against it is, um, you know, a strike. Don't go. Imagine how many things would change. Nobody showed up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nobody. You got all those Super Bowl commercials. You just spent all this money. You got halftime show. You got everything, and nobody showed up. Imagine how many things would really change.
Oh yeah. I mean, for sure that would, that would send the right message, and that would probably facilitate the league getting things done faster. It's just that, man, there's just so much, hype in our society about it, and it's, it just makes it hard for that, to happen.
Now, another thing I noticed, and this was just a side note thing, but I saw it, and I was, if I don't talk about this on the podcast, I'm screwed, man. Blueface, back on Blueface, man. He did a interview with academics on his show the other day. You aware of academics,
yes.
Right? Academics, I can't show y'all this, but y'all can definitely hear it. Academics, Blueface caught him wearing his chain. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But
yo, son, I'm getting mad tight right now, son. I got my shit up. Come on, son.
No, son.
I take my shit off. You did? I'm getting mad tight right now. I take my shit off. Bro, take my. Oh! You good?
oh, snap, crackle, pop. But man, I don't. I've never. I ain't gonna flex. I've never. Okay, I've had one chain. Sadly, the chain broke, but I'm gonna get it refixed. I'm gonna be rocking my chain again. White gold. Slight work.
You got it.
But but in the rap industry especially, chains are a big thing.
Yeah.
So, would you say academics was wrong for putting on Blueface's chain? Because in my opinion, for the fundamentals of the rap game, yeah, academics, you should have never touched his chain, especially Blueface.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, Blueface seems like the type of person, he don't play about shit like that. Obviously.
Yeah, he obviously didn't approve of him wearing it, and so that, first of all, that tells me that he didn't ask. He did not get approval to wear that. Because it's, it's a very sentimental thing. You carry that with you, and it becomes a part of you.
Yeah, as soon as you get signed to somebody, that's your weight.
Yeah,
that's your weight to walk around saying, I did what I did. That's your stamp. That's your stamp of approval. That's your presidential seal in the rap game is your chain, and that's what everybody works for. So, you should have never touched his chain, dude. And I really don't think, hold on, shout out to Blueface real quick, because he did that. Hey, tell you that, man, let me tell you, Blueface, that's one of the flyest dance moves I've ever done, man. I did that. I picked up a girl to that one time. Thank you, Blueface. Big fan. Appreciate you. But yeah, you don't do that, man. You just don't. I'll be like a random fan after a concert, just going up and playing your guitar.
Yeah, man.
It's just something you don't do.
No, you don't do it.
That'd be like a random person coming on my show and start fucking with my laptop. You touch my laptop.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do that shit. We're gonna have issues. You don't know what you're doing. You're gonna break my shit. I've had somebody get on my laptop and crash that shit. It was crashed for 30 minutes, and I was in the middle of recording a song. I was pissed.
Oh, I bet.
I was livid. And when I
Mhm.
opened it back up, everything I had recorded, all I needed to do was re-edit the song. Everything I had recorded was deleted. I had to re-record the entire thing.
Damn,
I
dude.
was pissed. But you a Will Smith fan, Carlos?
I am a Will Smith fan. Yes.
Are you a Martin Lawrence fan?
I am a Martin Lawrence fan.
So I assume you already know about the Bad Boys 3, man.
Yeah, I saw. I saw. Yep.
What do you think? What are you thinking about that, man? Because I'm very excited because I know there's been lots of rumors over the decades. Just
Yeah.
bad. Oh, we're making Bad Boys 3 again. And then oh well, it kind of fell through because of this paperwork. Oh, but we're making it again. But it kind of fell through again.
But now.
But now it's on, man.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on, man. And for some millennials, y'all don't understand the Bad Boys legacy. That growing up, Bad Boys is exactly what it sounds like. It's just some bad boys, man.
Yeah.
And I know as a kid, you sang that song, that iconic bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yep. You got it.
Everybody always want to run away from the cops to that song.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day. Boy saw some cops right outside his apartment, and he started playing.
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah.
Man, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like my black ass will get arrested though. And just disturbing the peace. Get your ass out here. And just fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. I was trying to be funny. But nah. Do do you think it's gonna have the same impact? And nothing against Will, nothing against Martin, because y'all have the utmost respect for me. I'm a huge fan. Do you think it's gonna have what it had back then?
I don't know if it'll make as big of a splash as it did back then, because back then, it was brand new and original and all that. And now it's kind of like a throwback. But I think what it'll do is for the younger generation, to be able to, either watch it or watch the movies that came before it and realize just how great that franchise is.
Man, and on the topic, we just discussed how Blueface, got into it with academics. Well, the other day, and I have that clip right here. The other day, somebody else got into it with somebody. I don't know if you've heard about him. Have you heard of NBA YoungBoy?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Great music. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of NBA. Got into an altercation with somebody at a venue the other day.
Yep.
Now I have two things, and the reason I bring this up is because in the rap industry, it was based off of beef.
Yeah.
The hostility between East Coast, West Coast. You had the diss tracks. Ice Cube wrote the hardest diss track to this day that will never ever be topped to his own group NWA. No Vaseline, hardest diss track ever written. Ice Cube, big fan. Hope to work with you one day. But as far as we came from in the Taekwondo background.
Yep.
The Master Jones would kill me for forgetting what they're called, but I do know them all. The
5 tenets of Taekwondo.
5 tenets. Yes, I
Yeah.
want to say commandments.
Yeah.
The 5 tenets of Taekwondo, and we were based.
Yeah.
We don't react until physical nature has been involved.
Correct.
We've always been told words are words.
Mhm.
And to a point, I agree with that. Words are words, but eventually words can hurt. But
Yeah.
how important do you think it is for somebody, especially somebody just getting into the spotlight, getting into doing something big? How important do you think it is to really allow words to be words? Because you got that fine line of, okay, what's the respect I hold myself to towards this is my stature? How much trouble can I really get into? Where do you think that line starts to really fade out?
Yeah. I'm an advocate for free speech, and I think
First Amendment.
yeah.
Remember it.
Exactly. So and I, just like someone has the right to their opinion and to say whatever they want, I have a right to, respond to it, with words and all that. And there's a very big difference between saying something, either insulting or degrading, and having a call to action, like, saying like fight me, or I'm gonna punch you, or things like that. And you know I usually don't take anything personally. I try not to, because I try
I
to
can back that up because I've said some pretty fucked up shit to him, and he usually laughs it off, and he says some fucked up shit back.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
You
it's just how shit rolls.
Yeah, and especially when when you're in the entertainment industry, just kind of like what you're doing with your podcast, and and what I'm doing with my music. There's always going to be haters.
Facts.
And there's going to be haters with everything that I do. So I just don't really take I don't take it personally. I'll just kind of show them why they're wrong in assuming bad things about me. But I don't take it personally, so I don't really see an instance of where someone would insult me and I would get into a physical altercation, unless they were trying to harm me themselves.
Now, do you think there's because I know there are few things in this world that can be said to me where I won't I won't let you throw the first hit. I'll immediately start action.
Yeah.
And where do you think that line's drawn? Because you got your threats, and that's a big one. Because
Yeah.
I know you personally. You're a family bound man, so I know if somebody were to threaten your family, there's no more talking.
Yeah.
We're done talking.
Well, threatening would be like a call to action, and that's different from just like, if someone were to insult my family, like that, I won't pay it much attention. But if they're threatening my family, like threatening to harm them, that's different.
That's an issue.
Yeah,
That
that's
needs to
different.
be dealt
Yeah.
with.
Like I
And
said,
at
that's a
that point,
that's a direct call to action, and that demands a
physical response.
Yeah,
Because
sometimes.
at that point,
Sometimes.
you have said you're going to respond physically eventually.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eventually.
I mean, that's
I'm gonna nip that shit in the butt right then and there.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I know the rap industry, when we were growing up, or probably a little bit before we were born,
Yeah, the 90s.
early 90s.
Mhm.
Because we some late 90 babies.
Yeah.
But I want to let y'all know, hey, fuck y'all to anybody who says I'm not a goddamn 90 baby. You say that shit to my face, I'm gonna headbutt you. And my dome is hard. Let me tell you that right now. But early 90s, rap was built on the factor of beef.
Yeah.
East was beefing with Jesus Christ. East was beefing with West. West was beefing with East. We had Biggie and Pac.
Yep.
You had lie down. Come here. Get up here. You're gonna listen to me, boy. Lay down and stay there, please. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love you a lot. You had Biggie, Pac. You had Cube, NWA.
Yeah.
You had Suge and everybody. How do you think the rap industry is necessarily? It still needs that beef factor to an extent.
I think there's a certain entertainment aspect to it. Why do people like boxing matches and things like that when the fighters hate each other? When fighters hate each other, people
It's much more entertaining.
It's much more entertaining.
Like the Adrian Boner fight and Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
And Pacquiao don't hate nobody.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
That man was
Yeah.
so calm about everything that Boner said. But
you knew he was bottling up something,
you still lost. You
Yeah.
still lost. You didn't win. Sorry.
Yeah,
So stop saying you won.
Yeah.
No one. Did you see that aftermath?
Yes, I saw the
Oh,
aftermath.
dude, like, I don't know, man. People don't know how to take an L anymore either. And that's sad. That's sad. Take an L with some dignity, man. You know what I mean? Time. It was crazy because fun little flashback story. It was, I want to say it was 2014. 2004. It was 2014. It was the last tournament of the TKL season. And Me and this man right here, we were neck and neck. He always won first place in fighting. I always won first place in forums, and we were neck and neck for that Eagle Award. And because we were neck and neck, and everybody else in our division, no offense to anybody or disrespect, they just weren't in the running for it.
Yeah, they were far behind. Yeah,
Um, they made it was me and him. We were first fight, and they even announced it before the fight. They said,
yep.
this fight is going to determine
Who gets
who
the-
wins the Eagle Award for this match. And so the intensity was already built before the fight even began because we knew it,
Yeah,
but the stands and everybody
Yeah.
else didn't know that until it was announced.
yeah. They announced it and they said this is for first place.
This is Eagle
yeah, this
Award
is
fight.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And
exactly right.
and you know, as competitors, we're best friends. That's my brother to the
Yeah.
end of the motherfucking line. But when we stepped in that ring, we let everything go.
We left it at the door.
Man, we left it at the square. Well, I wouldn't say square circle. It wasn't
Yeah,
square circle. It was square squared.
Yeah.
And as soon as they said fight, let me tell you, it was still to this day one of the best fights I ever had. I was beaten to the better man. But I am coming back for my Eagle Award, and you better fucking be there. But and I'm very proud of him because he worked hard for it. Beat me with one kick. That's all it takes, people. That's all it took. But I didn't retaliate. I didn't walk out of the ring, and as soon as we got in the ring, just look at him. Man, fuck you, man. Nah, I ain't cool with you. None of that. I bowed to him. I shook his hand, and I said, "You did it, and I'm proud of you. Congratulations." But people can't do that anymore, man.
No.
How important do you think it is not in any industry, fighting industry, music industry, entertainment industry, to say I was beaten by the better man?
It shows character, and people respect character. And sometimes we try to hide our true character and be flashy about it because we think it's entertaining, but it's not really entertaining. You just kind of look like a Jack Trump.
That's what I like to hear. But I know, and speaking of character, I know you're aware of The Game.
The Game, yeah.
The rap of The Game. I don't know if you've heard about it, but he wrote a song dissing Kim K.
Yeah.
And he did not hold back. He did not hold back at all. And Yeezy has been very, very persistent about saying, "Hey, you're not gonna disrespect my wife. You're not gonna disrespect my family." He has yet to respond to this. What do you think that says about Yeezy's character? Because I'm not gonna lie. At the moment, I'm not a new Kanye fan. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. But what do you think that says about? What do you think that says about the Game's character? What do you think that says about Yeezy's character?
Well, I can't necessarily speak on the Game because I'm not well versed in like his history and things like that. But what I can say about Kanye is that he's extremely inconsistent, and he's lately been talking about his struggle with mental illness, and I
don't think it's a struggle with mental illness. I think he's bullshit.
I would like, honestly, I would like to think that's bullshit, but I seriously think that there's something wrong with this guy, because how can he do such a 180 of like going to the White House and like basically boosting the president to his face and all that, and then a week later to say I was just a mouthpiece for a cause I didn't believe in and things like that. And I'm like, dude, you're a public figure. People look up to you, and you gotta have some
people
sort
don't
of
understand when you're of that high of stature, you have a lot of inspirational pull to the public. Like, people really listen to what you say. I remember my pops, he told me about a time Oprah said a while back that she was done eating red meat. She was done eating meat. The meat industry sued her. The entire meat industry sued her because of how many people stopped eating red meat when she said that.
They were just looking for a finger for someone to point at.
People don't understand. Like, y'all have a lot of pull in this
Yeah.
industry. A lot of people really listen to what y'all say and take that shit to heart. Like you said, Michael Jackson, he was a huge inspiration to you. Me writing my music,
Hmm.
Ice Cube,
Hmm.
Eminem, Lil Wayne, they're
Yeah.
a huge inspiration to me.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
they have a lot of pull. How important do you think it is for people to conduct themselves of that stature to ensure that they're not sending out that wrong message, like
Hmm.
sending out a good message for the up and coming generation?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they do carry a responsibility, for how people in the future are going to look back on us, and how our up and coming generation uh is going to idolize them, and say like, "Oh man, that guy's really cool. I want to be like that." You know? And I think it's the smart people that realize that, it's either a show, or that, yeah, that's entertaining, but I can be better. And but unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people are idolize him and are like, "Oh man, that guy's a badass, I want to be like that." And sometimes, yeah, it's really nice for the show, but you know I wouldn't want to be hanging out with a person that I knew uh is willing to get into a fight for any reason, like a physical altercation for any reason.
I have a friend like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, he gets me in all sorts of shit
Yeah.
just because he, and his quote is, "I don't give a fuck."
Mm.
Watch out for those people. Watch out for those "I don't give a fuck" people. They will get you into some shit. But and I've noticed, uh it's mainly the younger um high stature people, like the young up and coming rappers, or the younger movie stars, or just any somebody of high stature from a younger generation, you know because back in the day, Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
um the Game, even 50, and even they were
Yeah.
out here, just thugging hard and
Yeah.
and doing some reckless shit. But look at them now; they're chilling.
Yeah.
Snoop is setting a great example.
Yeah. That's right.
I haven't heard the last time a Snoop had a case.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the last time of 50 catching a case.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, he just got finished with a lawsuit. Uh, I don't know if you heard about that, the revenge sex lawsuit
Oh, I didn't
against,
hear about that. No.
yeah, it's some, I forget her name. I don't want to say Tiana Braxton because it's not her. I just
Yeah.
know it's not, but that name
Yeah.
just pops in my head.
Yeah.
But somebody had sued him for a revenge sex tape leak or
Really.
something,
Really. Okay.
and she lost in 51, like $30,000,
Wow.
just for no reason.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
waste of his time. Even if he would have
Yeah.
lost, it's 50 cents. That's
Yeah.
pocket change to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
But it's a lot of younger generation, but I think again, and this goes back to last week's generation gap. I I don't think the younger generation, they're so rebelliant against the older generation because the
Yeah.
older
Sure.
generation pushes their beliefs on us.
Yeah. Mm.
So
And that's the same throughout history. Mhm.
yeah, and it's really hard to show the fact of, okay, well, what can we do as the older generation to show the younger generation, hey, this is probably not, it's not what you have to do, but
Mhm.
it's probably the best route for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've always my parents set a great example because my parents were able to you know to establish themselves and have a stable life before they brought kids into the world. And even though my dad has a nice has a decent job and all that, he tells me like, I want you to be better. And I took it as not only with jobs and things like that, but
I don't
also
want you to be a toaster. I want you to be a microwave. And
exactly.
then I don't want to be a microwave. I want you to be an oven. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I always want you to be better.
yeah, that kind of thing. And I want to set the same example, for my kids, and not only my kids, but like the future generation. I want them to be better than me, and so I want to hold them to a high standard. With that, that doesn't mean I get to chillax on my character and
Yeah.
on my beliefs. I have to be good, and great, so that way they can be better.
And how do you think we could, like, because people don't like being told what to do. Nobody
Correct.
does. Even in
Correct.
Taekwondo, we didn't like being told what to do,
Yeah.
but we understood the principle behind
Yeah.
it. And that's honestly what I feel like one of the main things that taught us, hey, we're not being told what to do, more as we're being guided. I
Yeah.
think Taekwondo was a big part of that. But how do you think, they can apply that, to a rec? Because not everybody does Taekwondo,
Yeah, correct.
or not everybody has a discipline based
Yeah,
outside curricular activity to lean on to.
correct.
How do you think we can apply that into an everyday life?
Being, as we start to become not the bottom generation as we go up through age, there's going to be more people looking up to us, and I think that what we owe to them is
Literally, too.
yeah, and what we owe to them is not only to tell them what, how to do, to how to be better, but explain to them why certain routes don't work, because I think that with the lack of understanding and why it may not be the best route, I think that will really click with them, because they're going to want to be, they want to be smarter than us. So let's allow them to do that. Let's allow them to, let's explain to them the mistakes we've made and why we made them, so that way they can be better.
Now, and this is just my honest opinion, or again, my opinion. It's not a fact.
Yeah.
In my honesty, when I have kids, I'm going to tell them minimum twice. I'm gonna give them the same advice twice. Let's say you're my kid. I'd be like, hey, don't run in the street. You're gonna get hit by a car.
Yeah.
And if I see you do it, I'm gonna be like, hey, don't run in the street. You're gonna get hit by a car. What that's gonna do is that's gonna either kill you or put you in a hospital. Then I gotta pay your motherfucking bills and wheel you around in a chair all the rest of your life. And then, and I'm not saying I'm gonna let my kids just run out to the fucking, let you youngins bust their ass a few times.
Yeah, some people just need to learn the hard way, and there's only so much you can do. My parents have told me so many times to not do certain things, and my stupid ass does it anyways. And then when I realize, oh shit, this went wrong,
Oh,
then
that's what they were talking about.
yeah, and sometimes I have issues telling them, oh, you were right, blah blah blah.
You
But
gotta swallow that pill, man.
yeah, but you know what? I have to own it, because I got to take responsibility for my actions. I chose to do it, so now because
that right there alone proves strong character once again.
Yeah,
like holding yourself to that standard,
holding yourself to the standard and taking true responsibility for your actions. Because if you're not taking responsibility for your actions, you're just existing, dude.
Facts. And I think a lot of celebrities have that issue nowadays. Even the older generation, it's really hard for people. We're in such a prideful time. It's hard for people to say, hey, you know what, I was wrong.
Yeah, and I think that pride comes from the top. With our
the old saying is, shit rolls downhill.
Yeah,
remember that, people. And if you think I'm gonna be hit by some shit, that's fucking disgusting. And you got me fucked up. And I will never be at the bottom of a hill either. But Carlos, you brought your guitar with you, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have an original. I don't know what you got for us, but I would love to hear you play. He's gonna show us what he got.
Yeah. I got a couple songs from the album that I can work with. So this one's gonna be the first song on the album. This is just gonna be an acoustic arrangement. So let's see what we got. Let's see. White sand, so clean and so pure. You take me for who I am, but I only want more. White sand, why do you feel so coarse yet so smooth on all parts of my body, but you just wanna cruise? Oh, wanna give you my love, but the answer we seek is not from heaven above. Oh, who can you trust? You put your faith in me and you never looked up. You know who I am. Your prints in your hand. You say there's no war to fight, there's a line in the sand. How come you love me? I leave tracks in the dunes. And even at nighttime, see the light of the moon. Oh, oh. Wanna give you my love, but the answer we seek is not from heaven above. Oh, oh. Who can you trust? You put your faith in me and you never looked up. Baby, I need you. Oh, where have you gone? I opened my eyes and you've been here all along. You say you don't want me, but you treat me so kind. Baby, I need to feel your touch one more time. Oh, oh. Wanna give you my love, but the answer we seek is not from heaven above. Oh, oh. Who can you trust? You put your faith in me and you never looked up.
That was a live version, White Sand People. I've heard that song actually. I listened to that song before you came on. I was actually a big fan of that song. I actually like the moral compass behind it.
Oh, I appreciate
I ain't gonna lie, that got me through a lot.
I
felt that, man.
Yeah, I got
touched me right in the feels. I'm come clean. Touch me right in the feels, man.
Yeah, I got you.
But man, if you're not getting my boy Carlos's album, people, you're sleeping. It's time to wake up, people. Ding, ding, ding. The alarm clock is going off. Stop hitting snooze on this bitch. All right. What you got planned for us, man? What you got planned in the near future coming up?
So what I have some performances coming up in the DFW area at like Love Field, and I got some coffee shops that I'm performing at. And then hopefully in the fall I can have an EP out, maybe a full-length album. Who knows? We'll see. And then of course I got covers on my YouTube page that I'll be expanding upon in the summer.
Now I always like to ask any young up and coming craftsman that does anything, what's your end game?
End game?
When can you step back and say, Carlos Hidalgo, you did it?
When I can truly support myself and my family and everybody I love while doing something that I love, that's when I can say I made it.
So it ain't even about the money for you. It's about
when I can support, when I'm able to support everybody that I love while doing the things that I love. That's when I made it.
People, and that right there, I couldn't give you a better definition of the American dream. Doing what you love. And if you take anything away from this podcast, is find what you love and chase after that motherfucker like you Coyote trying to get the Roadrunner, knowing damn well no, you'll never get it. But keep running. You'll get that motherfucker. Carlos, man, it was great having you on, man.
Thank you, sir.
Much love
Thank
to my
you.
boy.
Love you.
Go get my boy's album. If you don't, you're sleeping on the motherfucker. And as always, people, we're not going up. We're not going down. We ain't going left to right. We ain't doing loop-de-loops. We ain't going, and no offense to you, we're not going as straight as a guitar string. All right? We're going to Noah J-Way in this motherfucker. Everybody, stay blessed with your beautiful asses.